Hello Taurus and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess. This is your weekly love reading. So it is a general reading. I've just shuffled, so I'm just pulling the cards out for you now. And it's about any kind of relationship that affects your heart. So it can be romantic or your heart space, but it can also be related to other relationships in your life. We have... If you want to skip this shuffling, there will be a skip intro tag in the description box below. I'm just shuffling out here. We have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, Taurus. So, yeah, it's a general reading. So just take or leave anything that works for you and doesn't work for you and doesn't feel right. And let's get stuck into it, shall we? There's some funny energies around at the moment. A few planets are retrograding and... yeah, so we'll see how this is affecting you. So we have the Seven of Swords. The situation is the Seven of Swords crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is a beautiful Capricorn card, your fellow earth sign, very compatible with you. The Seven of Swords is around there's been some kind of deception. There's some kind of deception that's actually being covered up here. That's in the guise. Well, it's stopping someone from actually making some good decisions about their life, about finances or nurturing themselves or looking after themselves. It's actually... and it could actually be someone wanting to leave a situation here as well because the situation is not nurturing them. It's not fulfilling them. They can't see a way forward. It doesn't feel like a good place for them in terms of their stability, in terms of their career or their finances and how their house. They don't necessarily feel safe. It feels like they can't necessarily be looking after themselves particularly well. So there's all that energy around this, Taurus. I'm feeling it in my solar plexus as well. I'm feeling very much my personal power is being kind of stagnant or squashed as well, that energy around that. And I'm just wanting to nurture and make my life better and look after myself. And this situation is it's not helping. So, yeah, there's deception around this, whether it's self-deception or someone's deceiving someone else. And there's also an energy of wanting to escape and get away from this. So it's almost an energy of feeling stuck and trapped as well. So this isn't good for me kind of energy. So we come up and we've got crowning you. We have the Ten of Wands and the other energy we have, or the other person we have, the Emperor. So again, this is someone that's very dominant, very strong masculine energy, could be as someone of authority figure here. For you, you're feeling squashed by them, overburdened, could be working too much for some of you. It could be taking on too much, being bossed around too much. It's just you're feeling this relationship is oppressive, is the energy here, Taurus. So yeah, it's not good for you. It could be around an Aries as well with this Emperor energy, but not necessarily. It's just a very strong masculine energy. And like I always say, just because it is a male doesn't mean it has to, masculine energy doesn't mean it's gender specific. So, women can have very strong masculine energies as well and all of that jazz. So at the base of the issue, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and for you, and the other energy, we have the Nine of Swords. So they've got a lot of fear, unreal fears that are spurring them and actually a catalyst for a lot of their behaviour, almost domineering, controlling behaviour. Whereas for you, here you are trying to nurture and make a good decision and find some growth and potential in your life. And that's what you're actually really trying to do here. But it's being blocked at this moment in time by this other energy or this other person around you, Taurus. But you're wanting that. You're wanting to ground back in and sow that seed, this pentacle here, and see where you can create growth, more money even, where you can invest and get more money, or you're needing and wanting more money, you're wanting more stability, you're just wanting to see more growth in your physical world as well, in your career, even in your like finances or your house. So there's very much you're wanting to nurture something in your life and find that growth. And it just feels like, yes, it's really hard to find that at this moment in time. So recent past, you've got the Ten of Pentacles and they've got the Knight of Pentacles. So it's kind of like you've got this is a very collective energy. You're kind of very sensitive to your environment, sensitive to others. You're particularly one person's particularly wanting to kind of work well within the group and make everything good and create a stability within a home or a workplace or a group, whereas the other person's very much in it for themselves and in it for their own personal gain over a long term, looking very long term as to what's in it for them. So yeah, they're kind of going in a different direction to where you're at, that some person's more collectively minded, thinking about others and considering others, and someone's more just kind of very self-motivated, I would say. And the near future, you've got the Page of Wands and they've got the Five of Cups. So I do feel like you take up a new opportunity. You've taken something else up here. You've gone, okay, I'm kind of going out on my own here. And the other person's feeling the loss of that. So I feel like you're kind of breaking free of this constraint and this authority that's kind of very oppressive energy, and going, I'm going to make something of myself, or I'm going to make the most of my own opportunity. I'm doing it myself. You know, if you're going to oppress me and not help me, I'm going to go out and do it. And they're kind of not really realizing, because interestingly, their fear, that Nine of Swords energy, that unreal fear that's kind of at the base of it, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy for them. They've made life so difficult and oppressive for you that you've wanted to leave and do it all on your own without them. And therefore, their fear of you leaving, which is what they were trying to control, has actually happened. And so then here they are with that sadness and that loss. And this is kind of a cycle, an endless cycle that they keep perpetuating through their life, because they're so scared of people leaving. They end up creating that through their actions. They think that by controlling you and keeping you where you are, you're going to stay and you won't, taking away some of your power. But eventually people rebel against that. And that's this energy that's come through here, Taurus. So, yeah. And it's interesting because we have you in the situation. We have the Sun card. There's been a breakthrough here. There's happiness. There's this child on the horse has broken through that wall and stepped into a new opportunity. All that's made them want to do is come charging back to get you, charging back and heading back towards you again and wanting you back. And so, yeah, they very much, it's unhealthy because of what's going down. That Nine of Swords energy, they've been hurt in the past. That hurt keeps kind of, it's like this really deep hurt, this subconscious hurt that's kind of unconsciously affecting their behavior. So we have, for the situation, we have the Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So the energies around you, this is the energies around you, the Five of Wands, and they've got the Ace of Wands, and they're like, oh, I know how to fix this. And you're like, I'm just seeing conflict here. There's a lot of conflict in my environment. And they're like, yeah, but, and even the fact that they kind of have this vision of how things could be fixed and how things could be better. It's like that's, again, you're in the group collective and they're very much in the me collective. It's like it's not working for everybody. It might work for you, but not for everybody else. So it's, again, that energy where you're seeing the conflict and wanting to get away from it. Fair enough. Anyone would, Taurus. It doesn't suit you being in this energy at all, not at all. So This Six of Swords energy and the Nine of Wands is hopes and fear. Yeah, you're hoping to move and relocate, get away from this energy into a clearer, more peaceful space, whether that means relocating, moving jobs, moving house, moving country, whatever it means, or just an energetic move to a more peaceful space. That's what you want. They've got that Nine of Wands. They're just kind of not, they're still in the same cycle over and over and over and over and over again, but they want to actually get out of it, but they don't know how to. So, yeah, that's kind of their hopes and fears. The near future, we have for you the outcome. We have for you the Justice card, and for them, they've got the Two of Pentacles again. They're still in the same loop, going back and forward, back and forth. They haven't managed to get themselves out of that pattern. They're in a holding pattern here. And you have broken free and found a new contract. So this could be a new job. This could be signing a new lease. This could be a mortgage. There's a contract coming in here. This could be a soul contract. But with that Sword of Truth coming through here with the Justice card, it's very much cutting the ties. And the balance is being restored. You can see you're gaining the balance and they're still out unbalanced, very much unbalanced. You can see with that Two of Pentacles, juggling that energy. They're unstable, almost an unstable, unbalanced personality at the core, because at the core they do have that Nine of Swords energy. So as long as that is subconsciously triggering all their behavior and they don't clear this energy, they're going to constantly be like that, which is why you need to get away from it, which is why we had this wanting to get away. And the deception, self-deception, they're deceiving themselves. So as the the roosters agree. So we have as the overarching energy, the Six of Cups. This is happiness. And this is like trying to get back to a time in your life when you were happy, finding that feeling again and going back to that and saying, creating that as your norm rather than this situation you've suddenly found yourself in that you're like, how did I get so far down this path? I'm reconnecting back to that. My happiness. So we're going to pull just a couple of cards for you, Taurus, just to finish it off. These are a card for both you and this other person. So we're going to pull some energies. Message from soul and spirit from the universe. So what can we get? Just see what cards are coming out. That's one card. I feel like that's you, the Swan. Beautiful. And let's see what we get for this other person or other energy. They've got the Fish, yeah. And that's very much, swimming upstream. A bit like that Two of Pentacles energy. Constantly fighting it, not being able to rise above it, swimming into this tide of negativity and this cycle that they just can't get out of. But I do feel like there's a part of them that does want to get out of there, but it's such a deep down hurt and a deep subconscious belief that's got too much of a hold on them. Here you are effortlessly swimming in the opposite direction here, Taurus, and with a very clear direction, a clear path, a clear purpose. You're finding this clarity here, and that's exactly what you needed. And you'll be feeling a lot better. You will be feeling that Six of Swords energy, the peace, and things reflecting back and you liking what you see rather than all the chaos and the toxicity that was in that previous relationship. So you're freeing yourself here, and the Swan energy is such a white, high vibrational energy. It's like reclaiming and connecting back up to this beautiful Six of Cups energy that's here. Very high vibrational, happy, pure energy. Pure love, divine, very beautiful. So, yeah, I think, and you're stepping away from all this darkness here with this energy and this other person. So, I feel lighter now already, Taurus. I feel free. At the beginning of the reading, I was just feeling kind of heavy and dark and didn't know exactly where everything was going. And now I feel light and free and like I've been lifted of a burden. So I hope that makes sense for some of you. If you'd like to hear more, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. And I'll see you next time. Bye, Taurus.